Hello YouTube, and welcome back again to another horror film review. It's Falagar here, and I'm coming at you from the Horror Globe. This time I'm going to be reviewing a Catherine Bigelow film, Near Dark. Now this is a first time viewing for me. I've never seen this film before, but I've heard some really good things about it. More specifically, some many months back, the Z-Man, Zaron Isaac, Sean McLean, showcased this one. Someone had sent it to him as a very generous gift, and he kind of talked a little bit about it, and I kind of liked what he had to say. So I showed this in an update a little while back, maybe about a month, a month and a half ago, somewhere thereabouts, and I got it. And I'm just watching it. Just got done watching it like a little while ago. So here we go. This is my review for it. Pray for Daylight, it says. This is an Anchor Bay release. Very nice. Digitally mastered THX. DVD, of course. I'll probably upgrade to the Blu-ray somewhere along the line, but am I getting rid of this edition? Fuck no. I mean, come on. Would you want to get rid of a cover like this? I love the artwork on here. Okay, or rather, not really the artwork, but just the cover of how they designed it. This film, okay, yeah, it stars Adrian Pazdar, which I didn't recognize him until I saw a little bit of the special features at the end. And he was the one, I think one of the senators in the show Heroes, if you remember that. He was the brother that could fly in the show Heroes. Stars Jenny Wright, absolutely gorgeous. Lance Henriksen, he plays Jess or Jesse. Bill Paxton, I forgot his character's name. Adrian Pazdar, he plays Caleb. Jenny Wright is May. And I forgot what the kid, like the kid vampire, what his name is. The film opens up with Caleb. He's just getting out of the bar, and there's a group of other people there that were drinking, and evening time, of course, and they just started talking about, yeah, there's this really hot girl, and then here comes May. You see her, she's just standing out there, just looking around, and Caleb goes over to basically hit on her, and the guys are just kind of pulling him back, saying, no, don't do this, it's not a good idea, out of your league, that type of thing, whatever. So he don't care, and then he goes over there and starts chatting her up, and she's acting really strange, um, basically talking about listen to the nights, the like the creatures of the night, and feel the breeze. Do you hear that? Do you hear the night? And he's like, you want to get out of here, so they get out, and they head on over to the or not head on, they get into his car, and then they're just driving like aimlessly, into the night on the road, and there comes a point when he's trying to really get it on with her, and she's kind of declining the advances. He even takes her to the ranch, to basically, he wants to kind of impress her, and I don't know, like wrangle a buffalo or something, because he has the rope, and there's not a buffalo, I'm sorry, it's a horse, to wrangle a horse, I guess, or maybe take her for a ride. It didn't get too far into it, because as soon as May approaches the horse kind of freaks out, and then it takes off. And then she says, horses just don't like me. Apparently so. Okay, so they get back in the car, and or they drive off, and she seems really concerned about Dawn. She keeps asking about the time, all the while even talking about just hear the night air, listen to the sounds. He still doesn't hear anything. So he's still trying to sneak a kiss, and finally they start making out, and she gets to his neck part and then just bites him. Of course, where this leads. She takes off, and then he's headed home, and he I believe I can't remember exactly why he wasn't able to take the car. For some reason, he wasn't. I don't know if he crashed. I can't remember what. Well, he couldn't take the car, but anyways, his truck. Okay. Well, for some, it escapes him at the moment, but you see him stumbling across the field, and the sister is saying, oh, Tim Thomerson, okay, plays the father, and and then he has a sister, it's Caleb character. So he's stumbling across the field, daylight's hitting, and he ain't looking too good, obviously, because he needs blood. Um, and Oh, and then this is when this van, not van, but uh, mobile home uh, drives around and it snatches him up. There we see Bill Paxton, uh, uh, Janet, or Jeanette Goldstein, whom some of you folks may recognize as Vasquez from Aliens, and John Connor's mother, or not mother, but stepmother or foster mother. And here's an interesting thing: it stars Jeanette Goldstein, who was Vasquez from Aliens. It stars Lance Henriksen, who was Bishop from Aliens, and Bill Paxton as Hudson from Aliens. You got three folks from Aliens, which was fantastic casting. I'm not sure if this was before or after Aliens or not. 1987. When did Aliens come out? I think Aliens may have come out in 86. So this might actually be after Aliens, if I'm not mistaken. So anyways, so they're in the mobile home, and they want to kill him. But May, of course, is really into this guy, doesn't want to kill him, has this, connection. So they decide to spare him on the account of May. Night falls, of course, and he's stumbling around, and they take him to this, out of town, basically, and he's trying to, find his way back home. And May's saying, well, you're not going to get very far. So he's going around, and he eventually gets to a train station, and I believe it's like $14 for a ticket. And he doesn't have the money. He only has 11. He's short by 3. And this cop notices him. He's acting kind of funny, thinking, what kind of drugs are you on? Tells him, you know what, sir, I just need $3. I'm short of change. Please, I just want to get home. I'm not feeling too well. So the copper, of course, then gives him 3. So he makes it back, and midway through, as he's stumbling back home, he crosses paths again with May, who apparently seems like she's waiting for him, sitting on the bumper of the car, and tells him, she then bites her wrist and feeds it to him, and then he starts drinking the blood to sustain him. Okay, so then they get together, and she takes him back to her family, which is Jesse, Lance Henriksen, and Jeanette Goldstein, Bill Paxton, and the boy, and they're all vampires, mind you, and they're deciding what to do with them, and they decide, okay, well, you know what, let's initiate him into the group, and that's basically the whole setup of the film, and I loved this film, and I mean, I missed out not seeing this back in the day. I don't know what was going on. I mean, I knew of course, my vampire film, one of them back in the day was like Fright Night, of course, The Lost Boys, and those were absolutely fantastic, and I really loved also The Lost Boys, and this is right up there as one of the best vampire films ever. And not only that, this is not only a vampire film, but believe it or not, it's a horror film, but more importantly, more accurately, and this is in my personal opinion, this is a romance film. Romance. Okay? A romance thriller, a romantic thriller. This is a film Twilight should have been. This is Twilight done right. There are 2 romantic films of this type that I have seen now. Near Dark, okay, and the other one being Return of the Living Dead 3, starring Melinda Clarke. And I forgot who the guy is. But that's a romantic love story between his girlfriend turned zombie and the drummer boy. He's in a band and he plays drums, either drums or guitar. But we're not on that film. We're on this one, and I might do a film review of that later down the line, for the Horror Globe, which you might have seen, Return of the Living Dead 3. I talked about it in part 1 of my latest overview collection. Yeah, but so anyways, back to Near Dark. I really, really loved, you know, the story, with this film. How they didn't just they didn't really focus on just like the horror elements of the film. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. This family, okay, May's family, they're honestly, they are killers. They're a bunch of psychopaths, really. I don't know how closely related they are, by blood, but and you have some indication with I don't see his picture here, but Lance Henriksen's character, how old he is. He said basically he fought for the South and we lost. That's how old Lance Henriksen is, during those times. Um, so I don't think they're technically related, blood, you know, uh, by blood. But in any case, this, they're basically like a family. So this family is, they're just basically a bunch of psychopaths. The one who seems to be most down to earth would have to be May, Jenny Wright's character, and how gorgeous she was. I mean, short hair, beautiful, one of the most gorgeous women I have ever laid my eyes on. Blonde, beautiful, gorgeous, pretty, beautiful features, gorgeous body, just everything about her. Yeah, Jenny Wright, gorgeous. But anyways, I'm just discovering this girl now. Maybe I've seen other films back in the '80s that she's in it. I just didn't take notice. Maybe her hair's different. But Jenny Wright, okay. So anyways, enough of that gorgeous girl. So anyways, yeah, she seems to be the most, how should I say, the most calm of the psychopaths. The most reasonable of psychopaths, I should say. And so this film was done so well, let me put it to you this way, that you can even take away the supernatural aspects of the film and not make them vampires, and still be a compelling story about just a family of psychotics with this young boy, Caleb, reluctantly being initiated into this family of psychopaths. Now you add in the supernatural elements to it, and it just adds that other level of charm to the film. And more importantly, not only is it that, it's a romance between May, who is part of this psychotic family, and somewhat psychotic herself, I suppose, but not wholly psychotic as the rest of her family folk. And your all-American boy, Caleb. Love that concept. Love the romance between those two. I mean, it's really true love with those two. Not like certain sparkly vampires who's able to go out in the sun. And that's the great thing about this film. They really stuck true to form to the vampire mythos. They can't go in the sun. They can, but they'll pretty much blow up in a matter of like 10 seconds or so, unless you able get out there with like some kind of cover or sunscreen of some sort. But other than that, I mean, you don't have very long. If you're in the sunlight too long, you will catch flame and explode, and of course die. And there's no exchanging of blood to become a vampire. It just takes one bite, as was the case with Caleb when May bit him. Just a little nick on the neck was enough to do it for him, and he became a vampire. So they really held true to the basics of the vampire mythos. Sunlight would kill them, but at the same time, I only was able to see 15 minutes of the special features because after I was done with the film, I put the special features disc in. I'm glad it's great. The special features. It's got a really good one here. But I was only able to watch like 10, maybe 15 minutes of the documentary out of 47. And then my brother and my mom is over here because they have to practice for the Simbangabee. So they're doing their Christmas Simbangabee. They're doing some Filipino dance, which of course I attend that all the time. But it's not about Simbangabee. Okay, so anyways, so I was only able to watch like 10 or 15 minutes, but I believe it was the writer, from what I've seen, who mentioned that he's not fond of the old classic gothic type vampires. So they stayed away from, you know, the stake in the heart and stuff like that, and the gothic look of the film, but at the same time still holding true to the vampire mythos, which I really love that about the film. Love the soundtrack for this film. It was done by Tangerine Dream, who is also the same people who did the soundtrack for the not so great film Legend. It had great cinematography, that film, but I mean, it wasn't really all that great. But Tangerine Dream, and it fit so perfectly with this film. Like I said, Twilight done right. Unlike Twilight, where they are able to go in sunlight, but they sparkle. There's a retarded romance between, the main Twilight guy and Kristen Stewart, and it just was just not good. you know. So yeah. So this, make no mistake, folks. This is a romantic thriller. And like I said, you can get rid of that aspect of that film, and that's what's really great about it. You can get rid of the supernatural aspects and still have a pretty solid film. And Bill Paxton, what a fucking prick this guy was in this film. Absolutely loved his character. One of the standout scenes that I really liked was when they all went to the bar, some random bar, trying to initiate Caleb into the group, trying to get him to kill. And the things that go on in there was fantastic. I absolutely love that. One of my favorite parts of the scenes, one of my favorite parts of the film, one of my favorite scenes, I should say. Favorite part of the scenes, that makes sense. But favorite part of one of my favorite parts of the film. And that boy, he was something else. And I knew I'd seen that boy before. His name was Homer. That's who this was, of course, before it was Homer Simpson. I don't know, when did Simpsons start? This was in 87, so I can't remember. Was Simpsons like 88 or 89? Or was there Simpsons in 87? Can't remember. But anyways, the kid's name was Homer. And I've seen that kid before from in a film, Class of 1999. I knew I saw him before, and he suffers from that same disorder as John Franklin, who was in Children of the Corn, who played Isaac. Okay, look at this. It's wonderful quotes in the back here. Holy fuck, already 17 minutes I've rambled on. Outrageous and poetic, says the Washington Post. Violent and scary, says the Austin Chronicle. Excuse me. A classic. The Psychotronic Video Guide. Psychotronic Video Guide. You in conjunction with these folks here, Psychotronic Broadcast? Jack J? Jack? In the dusty heart of the American Southwest, innocent country boy Caleb Colton, played by Adrian Pasdar, of mysterious ways, is seduced by a beautiful girl, played by Jenny Wright. Okay. Into joining a roving pack of vicious drifters led by the enigmatic Jesse, played by Lance Henriksen of The Terminator and Aliens. But this is no ordinary band of outlaws. Caleb is now trapped in a nightmare of soulless evil that waits in the shadows, hellish mayhem that thrives on blood, and absolute horror that begins near dark. Bill Paxton from Twister and Jeanette Goldstein from Aliens, who played Vasquez, like I said, co-star in this extraordinary shocker, written and directed by Catherine Bigelow, who directed Strange Days, okay, that Entertainment Weekly calls ultra stylish, ultra violent, and altogether brilliant. This is more than simply the most ferociously original vampire movie of our generation. Near Dark is one of the best horror movies of all time. Well, okay, you could say horror films, but I like to call it a romantic thriller. I mean, just like Return of the Living Dead 3. Return of the Living Dead 3 and Near Dark, great double bill. Hit both of them back to back. When you take a lady out on a date and you take her back to your place, this is just a great film, for the two of you lovebirds to snuggle up to. Return of the Living Dead 3, Near Dark, you got your popcorn, you got your tea, which I'm drinking tea, and I'm going to showcase what this tea is in a little bit. 2-disc special edition, this set. Films in color, 94 minutes, rated R, and I believe, it was made in 1987. Yep. Okay, disc 1 is the film. We also have an audio commentary with director Catherine Bigelow. Disc 2, we have, this is fantastic, Living in Darkness, an all-new 47-minute documentary featuring interviews with director Catherine Bigelow, stars Bill Paxton, Lance Henriksen, Adrian Pasdar, and Jeanette Goldstein. Okay, so she's actually going to be in this thing. Like I said, I only got like 10-15 minutes into it, so rest assured, I'm getting back to this probably on the morrow. I'm going to finish the rest of it or just start it from the beginning. Yeah, it's pretty seldom to see Jeanette Goldstein in interviews, I believe. Yeah. Producer Stephen Charles Jaffe, director of photography Adam Greenberg, and executive producer Edward S. Feldman. We have deleted scenes with commentary by director Catherine Bigelow. We have theatrical trailers, original storyboards, poster and still gallery, behind the scenes still gallery, that's nice, and talent bios. Fan-fucking-tastic. Great film. Love the art. Here's the thing, folks. I love, love, love the artwork in here. Bill Paxton. Who the fuck is this guy? This could be Caleb. This might be one of the scenes when he's running to the van to save everyone. We keep out hours. Let's just say I fought for the South. We lost. It has like little quotes in the back here. We have a nice little booklet. Okay. Here's like this here, the boy, and Jeanette Goldstein. Okay, and here's what's beautiful. Love this edition, folks. Let me go ahead and just take this freaking booklet out. That way, okay, here we go. Look at the inside of this thing. Isn't this nice? Near dark. Love that. Okay. The night has its price. I ain't a person anymore. I don't know what I am. Have any idea what it's like to be a big man on the inside and have a small body on the outside? Okay, so that's coming from this boy. There's a fly on the ceiling. Okay, this is okay. These are the lines that. Okay, so that must be Lance Henriksen. He looks fucking different. These must be the lines that these folks are saying. Okay, so it's Lance Henriksen on the back there, folks. Sorry about that. Okay, so picture quality, you know, and the sound quality were pretty fucking outstanding, you know, especially being just a DVD and transferred by Anchor Bay, so they did just a marvelous job at you know, restoring this classic romantic thriller. Okay. So great edition. I highly recommend if you can track this down, pick this up. I believe this is out of print, and I'm still going to get the Blu-ray to supplement this. And I know the new cover of Near Dark on Blu-ray, they kind of you know, twilighted it up a bit to kind of cash in and make it look a little bit more like a glamorous romance than what it should be. And this is more like a down-to-earth, realistic romance. You know, not like a Twilight romance. Okay, so my final score for Near Dark, absolutely friggin' loved the film, and I love the ending of this film. I'm not going to give it away. Love the ending, and let's just say your lover, whomever you'll be watching it with, will really appreciate that. And you know, while you're holding her tight in your arms and drinking your tea, eating your popcorn, and maybe eating some chocolates or something. I would have to give Near Dark. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to have to give it a strong 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, so 4 out of 5 for Near Dark. Fan-fucking-tastic film. Pick it up, grab it. Now, the tea I'm drinking, this is something I really, really wanted to showcase when I did my response to Aaron Pinn's Halloween cereal and candy video. And it was this tea that I'm drinking. This is really nice, folks. Cinnamon Apple Spice. This is by the Celestial Seasonings. Grab this one. This is really, really good. Perfect for the Halloween season, of course, here. Blend Master's Notes. This lively blend is dominated by an aromatic burst of sweet and spicy Vietnamese cinnamon and all-American flavor of ripe, juicy apples. There's a toasty chocolate note and a hint of creamy butterscotch and a finish that complements the lasting taste of apples and cinnamon. Making this tea comforting and invigorating all at once. Great tea. There we go. Fucking cinnamon apple spice by Celestial Seasonings. Great shit. This is the tea to have during the Halloween season. Watch yourself. So if you want, watch yourself some great horror films, and if you're taking a date out and you want to watch some, like a horror film, but at the same time a romantic horror film, Near Dark and Return of the Living Dead 3. Okay, folks. We got human vampire love and human zombie love. Okay, so thank you folks for watching, and subscribe to the Globe and everyone involved in the Globe. I'm Falagar517. Shoot over to my channel and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. We all really appreciate it. We got some great folks over at the Globe. Thank you folks for watching, and farewell.